Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is July 25th, 2022. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, we'll take a look at the market using one of my favorite tool. It's Finviz. Look, in Finviz, you could get a good idea of what the market is doing. In today's market, Dow Jones Industrial Average is up, Nasdaq is down, S&P 500 is up slightly. Look, market is really wondering where to go. Look at the volatility here. Dow Jones went up, came down big time, went up nicely toward the close here. So you get a very good idea what's going on here, and it gives you a very good picture here. As you look through here, you get a nice synopsis of the market right in front here. I love this view here. I typically get a lot of information just by looking at this view here. And look, it also gives you a nice view here. You could click on this and look at the nice heat map of the market here. Look, Microsoft is down, Apple is down. Normally I like to look at little bit bigger picture here. I would go say 1 month or 3 month performance, or even year to date performance. Look, year to date Microsoft is down big time, down 23%, Google down, Apple down. Look, all these technology stocks are down big time. So with that, it gives me a good idea. I would go back and look at doing my research again. Look, it also tells you latest insider buying, insider selling, all good information, and also any earning releases. Look, we got a lot of stocks earning release coming up here with July 25th, and you could see what's going on. A very good picture you'll get. And once you see this, you might wonder, hey, you know what's going on in the futures market? How will the market open up tomorrow? You could just click on here, the futures here, and you'll get a good idea what's going on here. Look, from a futures perspective, look, we got a down, probably a down day tomorrow. Dow Jones Industrial Average future is pointing to 122 points down here. S&P 500 11 point down so far. Nasdaq also down, and we got Russell also down here. So there is probably market might be lower tomorrow, but this can change as usual. So once I understand what's going on here, normally I could go into the maps view here, one of my favorite place to go here. It will actually groups view here. I could go to groups view and see what's going on from a performance perspective. Look, on a 1 day basis, it tells me, hey, energy is doing well. Look at the nice uptick in energy. Then you got basic materials, utilities. And as you look through a weekly view here, look, industrial are doing well on a weekly basis here. And we got consumer defensive not doing so great. Communications, think about Facebook, Meta, so far, Meta and Snap and so on and so forth, down big time. You got a nice view on a nice view here. I love this view. It tells you what's going on in the market in different time frame. So once I understand this, typically I go back to my screener view here. This is my favorite, and as you can see here, I got elite membership in Finviz here. One of the reasons I took the elite is it's a very simple, it gives you a lot of flexibility with the elite. You don't need to worry about all that advertising going on. So with that, with the elite view, you could create your own custom view here. Look, I created a custom view. I want to see certain things, not a lot of information. So we got the information here. And normally I love to look at stocks which are doing good volume. So what I would do is I would click on all here, and normally I love to look at relative volume or even a average volume. Look, we got current volume here, and we got relative volume, average volume. So I would go right here to average volume. I want to look at average volume at least more than 500k or even 750k is my favorite. I want to make sure stocks are a little more stable. Look, we got that one here. And price perspective, normally I like to look at stocks which are more than say $10 for in this market, because stocks under $10 seem to be very volatile. I love to avoid them for my long-term holding here. So all right, now we got those here. And then you could, depending on how you want to do it. Normally, I love to look at average true range, or ATR. I love a little bit higher ATR. Look, we got average true range here. I say average true range over $1. I don't want any stocks which are really not doing great. And today's volume, or current volume, I want at least more than 500k, and many times I go over 1 million shares. I say more than 500k will start with this year. Look, we got a nice picture here, and normally I would also say industry stock only. I don't like to, at least to begin with, I will not look at the funds here. I will say stocks only. All right, now we got a small view here. Average true range over 1, price, let's say over $10, not under $10. Look, we got the big list here, and once I get this list here, I typically do two things. One is, first I want to sort by volume. I want to see big volume stocks in the top here. Look, we sorted by volume here. Look, we got AMD, one of my favorite stock, at the top here, and AMD is down slightly today, as you can see here. And I love to trade high volume stocks. Once you do this, you could click on AMD here, and look, this gives a nice view here, and see what's going on in the AMD stock here. Look, overall stock is in a downtrend, as you can see here, and look, it's a nice down channel here. And look, on the RSI is trending higher, which is a good news here. And you could also get ton of information here. Look, earnings per share perspective is doing great, and sales perspective stock is doing great. Shares outstanding slightly higher, not a big deal, and they got an upgrade with their $115 target here, which is great. I get most of my information just by looking at this, and then I could look at some news item here and see what's going on. Look, we got AMD stock sinks, and as you scan through here, you could look at a nice picture here. I could look at quarterly view here and look at the quarterly number. Look, revenue going higher, great, and R&D, they are spending money on R&D. I love it. Look, R&D is right here. They're spending money on R&D. Great. $1 billion spent. That's a great number. So I get a good idea what's going on here. I could look at insider buying and selling here. Look, there is some insider, let's see here, option exercise sale, some sale going on here, not a big deal. So you get a good idea here. You could go back here and look at a few more. Look, we got SIGA here. SIGA, you can also look at the RSI level here. If the RSI is too high, I'm not interested. I want to look at a little bit lower RSI names. Look, Apple, Amazon, I love these stocks here. Apple RSI is 60, and we got Amazon.com RSI is 53, and many times I love to look at a little bit lower RSI stocks here. I could just go here to my RSI and say RSI less than 50. Then I will look at only low RSI names here. This is one thing I normally love to do. And look, we got the low RSI stocks, means these stocks are sold off here. Look, we got few names here. We got Newmont Gold, which got creamed today, came down big time. You could look at Newmont Gold. Look, it's down. Look at that big candle here. Came really down big time. Look at that down candle here. And look, this stock is has nice sales. Look, sales is going higher, good news. But earnings per share came tumbling down here, not a great news. And look, they got downgrade April 25th a while ago. But look what's going on here. Looks like they got some issue with the soaring cost. It's cutting into profit. That's why stock came down. At this time, I would wait a day or so before I jump in and buy Newmont here. Look, Newmont, as you see here, Stock is let's see here, profit margin is 8.50. Company is making money. It's a good stock, but I would wait for this to settle down slightly and then slowly start buying. And we got a few more here with low RSI names, Alibaba Chinese stock here. It's also good as it comes down, or I might buy some Alibaba. And we got Microsoft with the low RSI here. All these stocks with the RSI below 50 here. I'll be looking at buying these names here. And look, we got Pinterest also down big time here. Look, one of my favorite social media play, down big time. I'll be slowly adding some Pinterest here. This can go higher in the long term. There is some some capital infusion to the company, and there is some support on this company here. So this is a better run company. I'll be slowly buying some Pinterest, especially because there is some involvement from some private parties here, and I think it's overall it's a good one here. All right, so let's look at a few more names here. We got Google, great one here, and we got Micron, which is completely sold off here. All right, so I would go back and change my RSI view here. I would say 0 to 100, which is maximum here. I could even cancel this and say any here. And look, you got some nice stocks here. Many of you want to look at profitable companies. If you want to look at profitable companies, you could just go here and say profit margin. And look, we got net profit margin. You could say more than 0 over 5%. You get only those net profitable companies here. Look, we got a nice view here. And with this platform here, you could click on snapshot, and you get a nice snapshot view here with the stock chart. Look, we got a nice stock chart coming up here, and you could look at nice data table here and nice news item. So it's a very good to really scroll through in a nutshell, see what's going on here. Look, Siga seems to be very volatile, going up and down big time here. And this is one of my favorite way to scan through the names and see the news side by side and look at the chart and make some decisions and go from there. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.